Hi, I'm Jamie Ake from The Rooted Marriage, our online marriage ministry here at Stonebriar Community Church, and I'd like to share an encouraging thought for your marriage. A few years ago, I was watching a movie starring Sarah Jessica Parker called I Don't Know How She Does It. I laughed along with some of the inside jokes about being a woman, wife, and mother, and I sighed a few times when the characters on screen reminded me of a few things that hit just a little too close to home. But when the main character described the list that she always had running in her brain, that she was sorting through as she was trying to go to sleep at night, my husband turned to me and said, "Is that really a thing?" And I quickly shot back, "Is it ever?" It got me thinking. I've got 3 big lists that are always floating like a thought cloud above my head and are constantly tapping me on the shoulder. The first is the to-do list. This is the constant list of ideas and tasks that just never seem to end. Between work and family, self-care and marriage, every minute of the day seems to have something that needs to be done or checked off. Then there's the to-be list. It's the list of things that I want to be and I want to do so that I can feel like I'm succeeding at being the fabulous woman, wife, mother, and Jesus follower that I think I need to be in order to get to that third list. This is the finally be list, which is how everyone else will finally be happy and satisfied with me once I get the work and everything completed on the first 2 lists done. Here's the problem though. These lists, though they're real, they're not always very helpful. The more ground that they gain in my thoughts and in my hearts, the more I begin to feel anxious about myself and my ability to be good at what I want to do. I get frustrated with my husband and my family when they don't get how much I'm working and how deep this goes for me. And I become distant from my husband because I just need to handle it. Eventually, these things make me feel completely overwhelmed because the lists don't end, do they? So, what are we supposed to do with these lists? Whine? Complain to friends? Isolate ourselves? You know, I was surprised and deeply encouraged by the Lord with a reminder of what God has given me in my life for lists such as these. In Genesis 1:26-27, and Matthew 19:3-6, my heart was convicted and gently nudged by the Lord about oneness. That's right. I wasn't made or put in my marriage to do all of this alone. I am a part of a new family, a new reality, and a new way of thinking and doing things when it comes to my lists and my husband. When my lists become about how us and not just me can handle them, God brings His power and the companionship and help of my spouse to help relieve me of the burden of my lists and help me refine my thoughts and my processes of trusting and letting go. I gotta be honest, even though my heart was convicted about this, and my husband and I work at it together, the lists just keep showing up. However, we do have a new way of checking them off together by practicing these and other things. First, I've learned to be honest about the list. I've learned to acknowledge that it exists, that I don't need to hide it, and that it actually exists on multiple levels. Sometimes the list is about things that need to be done, but sometimes it's about things that I think will satisfy me and my heart. Being honest about it helps me know I need to trust God for what I need to actually do and steward. Next, I've learned to share the list. This was scary. I had to trust my husband that he wouldn't mock me, reject me, or mishandle what I wanted to do and what was important to me. But it moved us from things like not just praying for each other, but praying with each other. And it moved us from not just checking in with each other, but learning how to step into each other's lists to serve each other and God with God's grace. It meant teaching each other things like which way the pillow shams should face on our bed, or, from my husband, how to use a honing rod to keep our kitchen knives sharp. But most importantly, it helped us grow and to work as a team. Lastly, I'm always reprioritizing the list. These lists will tap me on my shoulder when I'm trying to fall asleep at night. But I've learned to ask one question. Does this need to get done to make me happy? And if it does, then it immediately goes on a new list to share, pray, and cast my care in exchange for the satisfaction and grace that God offers me through Jesus, and the love and companionship and care that my husband offers. In the end, both the Lord and my husband desire for me to be satisfied, accomplished, and free to be the woman, wife, and mother that God's called me to be. Learning to be honest, sharing, and reprioritizing is what helps me to be one with God's grace and provision for me. I hope this encourages you, and we'd love to continue encouraging you through the truth and wisdom and grace that God provides through His Son for our marriages. You can find more of these daily at The Rooted Marriage on Facebook and Instagram. And we would also like to invite you to a special fun-filled date night for couples through our Fair Food Fix coming up on October 23rd. Join us for a night of state fair food and backyard games, including axe throwing on our campus here at Stonebriar Community Church. You can find out more and register to attend at stonebriar.org/events. And as always, we are praying for you and your marriage. Till next time.